It's like, you might be, you might be shopping for a house. You might say, I'm going to go and do some open houses on a Sunday. And maybe something around the house purchase is then embedded in situations because we now know that you are doing this. So it's not like the pop-ups of old days where you just got all these annoying offers and stuff like that. It's literally saying, okay, we know that you are going to look for a house in whatever, Snekkersten up in North Zealand or in Holbæk or whatever. Here is something that might be relevant for this area because you are looking at this. So it's like super relevant, super situational, and it's like unobtrusive. It's just there. You can just dismiss it if you don't want to use it. So just simple, nice in a way that, it's there when I need it.
Let's just start talking a little bit about embedded finance, and let's just start with the basics. What's embedded finance, and why is it why is there so much attention to the term at the moment?
I think, Chris, embedded finance as a term has been around for a while, albeit for the few, I guess. It's I think technology is just moving so fast that it is quite clear that the way embedded finance generally works in situations you haven't thought about really works from a technology point of view right now. So let's just exemplify it. So you're checking out, you're renting a car, you're signing up for a little piece of insurance on the car, and you haven't really noted that this little embedded finance or embedded insurance, it's the same thing, was there on the checkout form. Here's a price, yeah, it's good. Tick, 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 and it's done. Or you're checking out and there's maybe a pay later functionality. It might be from Klarna, it might be from someone else, you're not really thinking about it. It's just that it is so easy today to do these things. So embedded finance basically means it moves it away from a situation to a something that you do on an everyday basis. So it's unobtrusive, it's very easy, it helps you. It doesn't take you away from what you are doing. You can just continue doing what you're doing. You might be in a flow, you might be going somewhere, and it just happens, and you are just facilitating, and you're transacting. You maybe get money, you might get insurance, whatever. So embedded finance is like the phrase of a very easy situational finance situation that is then extracted there and then, giving you great value as the user. But you have a choice. You always have a choice whether you want to use it or not. So moving away from destination to a situation, that's really what embedded finance is all about.
Okay, so if I understand this correctly, it's unlikely that the end user will ever think, oh, I'm going to be using embedded finance. It's more that it's going to be there invisibly, making their life more convenient, and it's just a term that defines the technology.
Spot on.
All right.
It's spot on. It is like, oh, I'm going to go to the bank today to do the following. I mean, that's kind of done. We don't do that any longer. And that means you're not thinking about it. It's like it pops up because it would have read your situation, hopefully the right way, that you are actually going to need this at this stage. And here's the offer. And an offer in a very unobtrusive way. So you haven't really thought about it, but we kind of anticipated that there was a need, and here's an offer. And then you have a choice whether you use it or not. So that could be finance, it could be larger purchases. It's like, you might be shopping for a house. You might say, I'm going to go and do some open houses on a Sunday. And maybe something around the house purchase is then embedded in situations because we now know that you are doing this. So it's not like the pop-ups of old days where you just got all these annoying offers and stuff like that. It's literally saying, okay, we know that you are going to look for a house in whatever, Snekkersten up in North Zealand or in Holbæk or whatever. Here is something that might be relevant for this area because you are looking at this. So it's like super relevant, super situational, and it's like unobtrusive. It's just there. You can just dismiss it if you don't want to use it. So just simple, nice in a way that, it's there when I need it, and one day that's probably going to be an assistant in embedded finance. There might be an assistant associated with it that knows what you want to do with it, and then the interaction with that you might actually outsource that to your personal assistant. And we can see you need the following things, and you have now given permission to another part of you to do that for you. Unobtrusive, simple, situational. That's embedded finance, and it's a very fascinating field.